Hey, good morning. Today is December the 18th. So yesterday, today is 2 weeks officially post surgery, and yesterday was my follow up with my doctor, my surgeon up in Tucson. So here's the news that I got. So the labrum itself was in good working order. It was functioning well. I've got some of the pictures. I'll try to get those scanned in and post them up on here, and try to draw out a couple lines or something to identify some of the areas that you're looking at, because I had no idea what the heck I was looking at initially. But he said the labrum's in good working order. He didn't really have to do much of anything to it. So my biggest issue was the biceps tendon. So he did do the biceps tenodesis, which is removing the long head of the bicep where it connects to the labrum and anchoring it into the arm bone. So that's where the majority of my pain is coming from, is the healing process for that. So it takes approximately, give or take, I'm sure, a week or so, 6 weeks for the bone, the tendon, and then the anchor all to fuse together to make it solid, air quotes. Go figure. So it's going to be a while. Heck, just moving my arm, my left arm, this is my right, so moving my left arm up like this, not going to happen. I can't even get it parallel to the marching surface, as us Army folk call it. But I can't put my arm directly straight out in front of my body, creating a 90-degree angle between my arm and my body. The most that I can get right now is about 25, 30 degrees, and that's passive range of motion, that's not active. Anything beyond that, and the top of the bicep, I'm assuming where it's anchored, is extremely painful. And the type of pain is like fire. Now, I don't know if you've ever torn a muscle, but when there's a muscle tear or a tendon separates it, there tends to be a shooting fiery pain, as though somebody put a hot poker into a portion of your body. So I'm trying to stay cognizant of the fact that when that pain happens, there's a good chance that I'm putting undue strain on the anchor point. And my concern there is if I do too much, and that messes up, if it tears away, then my bicep will drop and find a new home in the bend of my elbow, rather than up on my arm bone where it belongs. Or that I will damage the tendon enough where it's currently anchored that they're not going to have any choice but to free it, which means just cutting it and letting it fall to the bend of my elbow. So I'm trying to stay positive about all of this, but still no working out. So the good news, the thing that I got from the doc yesterday is it seems to be healing well. I got my stitches out, right? So there's the front mark, and then you probably can't see that very well, but those stitches are out as well in the bend of my arm. And then he said that I can start exercising. I can walk. I can do an elliptical. I can't do the full range of motion on the elliptical with both hands, but I can, if I can get my arm straight out in front of me to grab the stationary bars, then I can hold on to those while I'm on the elliptical. And I can walk, so at least I can get some cardio. I can probably also do the recumbent bicycle, right? So sitting in it kind of like a chair with your legs outstretched in front of you and pedaling. So anything to get the body moving. Now, I've been carrying a lot of stress in my shoulders, my traps, and then my legs as well. So I definitely need to get back into some sort of exercise regime. So that was most of the outcome from yesterday. All right, so talking to the surgeon yesterday, I did bring up the fact of my elbow, because I've got a bone spur and some tendon damage in there, but he doesn't even want to discuss that right now. He said 6 months. We'll see if I can get him to convince to do it in 3 instead of 6, because I'll be out of uniform in 6 months. I've got to follow up with him again in 1 month, so that'll be 6 months post-op, where he's going to check my range of motion again, do a quick follow-up with me, and then I can start physical therapy. Depending on how much I can get done between now and then for passive and active range of motion, physical therapy may go really, really well. I think one of my biggest concerns is going to be stretching the bicep, being able to get it to where I get all of my range of motion, or at least 90-95% back without extreme pain at the anchor point, and then getting back into working out. So those are a couple of things that I'm concerned about, but also looking forward to, because that means that my recovery is progressing. So tomorrow I actually have a follow-up up on base with Army Doc. Now that's more of a follow-up to see if they're going to keep me on convalescent leave, so allow me to stay home to recoup for a little bit longer, or if he's going to try to have me go straight back into work. I'll tell you now, I'm going to ask to see if I can get another week or two, so I can ease my body back into working out on my own terms, and then also give the arm a little bit more time to rest. As some of you watching this know, as most of you probably know, you show up to work and folks are like, "Oh, good, you're back," and they expect you to jump right back in 100% to what you were doing prior. Well, truth be told, for the next 4 weeks, I still can't pick up anything heavier than a cup of coffee or a plate of food. And then, of course, he and I had to have a little talk. We had to caveat that a little bit. A normal person's portion-sized plate of food, because I'll mound 5 pounds of food onto a plate. So I'm still only supposed to be carrying about a pound or less worth of weight in my left hand, and that's not for any extended period of time. And it doesn't matter whether that's outstretched or bent at the elbow. 1 pound. So it's a little frustrating, but at the same time, I have to keep at it and keep reminding myself that 1 pound is the requirement in order for me to be able to heal, so that I can get back into the gym and start lifting heavier weights. And heck, anything heavier than a pound is a plus, right? So I guess really that's about it. Dietary needs remain the same. I'm still completely off the pain medication. I tell you, I could use some muscle relaxers to help with some of the tension. I've already had issues with the trapezius and then the muscles in my neck in the past with impingements and having muscle spasms. And having the pain further down in my arm is causing all of this to draw up. So I could really use, I'll tell you, my massage therapist, Amelia, I need to get in and see her, and I need some muscle relaxers as well to help release some of the tension. In the meantime, though, I'm using, what is it called, homeopathic means. So drinking tea with different types of tea leaves in them that are supposed to help calm and relax the body, relax the muscles. I still got some research to do food-wise as to what types of foods are best for muscle relaxation and calming the body. I know refined sugars, cookies and sweets and all those wonderful things that we love to eat, it does the opposite of what I need done. But having said that, my neighbors brought by some awesome yummy snacks yesterday, and I had some this morning. So feel free to judge if you need, but it was an awesome cookie. All right, that's it for today. I guess I don't know, shoot for sometime next week, unless something else happens, tomorrow that deems necessary for another video. I don't want to make stuff that's boring or useless to anyone. I want to try to keep these things as on point and important to the topic as I can. So as always, questions, comments, or otherwise, feel free to drop them in the YouTube channel, and I will answer them as quickly as I can. Thanks for watching.